Question number 25 is asking us to find the x-intercepts, if any, for the graph of the quadratic function, where given the quadratic function f of x is equal to 2x squared plus 13x minus 24. So to find your x-intercepts, you're going to factor out your quadratic function. You can factor it any way you prefer, but I prefer what's known as the AC method. So to start with this method, I'm going to go ahead and label my terms. For your a, judging off of the standard quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c, my a is going to be 2, my b is 13, and my c is equal to negative 24. Don't forget that negative and positive. So our next step for this method is to go ahead and I make a t-chart, and on the left hand side is going to be your a value times your c value, which is 2 times negative 24, so it'll be negative 48, and then your b value in this column, which is 13. So you're going to go ahead and you want to find two terms that multiply together to get you negative 48, but add or subtract by each other to get 13. So let's start running off some numbers. So two terms that I already know multiply to 48 are 8 and 6. But when you test these out, when either one of them are negative, it will get you negative 48, but when you add or subtract them together, it will either get you negative 2 or positive 2, or basically any number that's not 13. So this won't work. So the next set of numbers that I can think of is 16 and negative 3. When you multiply these together, it will get you negative 48, and when you subtract negative 3 from 16, it gets you 13. So that is our pair that we want to use in our argument parenthesis sets. So remember, if you have a coefficient in your first term connected to the x squared, you have to rewrite that with your argument for your x-intercepts. So we have 2x, we take our first one down, plus 16, and our second parenthesis set is going to be 2x minus 3. If you can reduce these by dividing by the coefficient your first time, reduce them. So this is reducible by 2, and these are not. So when you do that, you're going to be left with x plus 8 and 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So for your x-intercepts, you set these arguments equal to 0 separately. So we'll have x plus 8 is equal to 0, and 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Let's work with the first one and isolate the x by subtracting 8 from both sides, and that's going to give us x is equal to negative 8. Now let's move on to our second one. Isolate that x by adding 3 to both sides. We'll have 2x is equal to positive 3. Get rid of that coefficient by dividing so it can cancel out. And we'll be left with x is equal to 3/2. So now we just rewrite this. Your x-intercepts off of this is going to be negative 8 when y is 0, and 3/2, or 1.5, however you want to write it, when y is 0. As always, like and subscribe, and comment below if you have any other questions.